My name is Andrew Wilson. I'm here from the Pennant Hills District Civic Trust. The Pennant Hills Trust is interviewing all of the Hornsby Council mayoral candidates and all of the Ward B candidates. The Pennant Hills Trust is not in any way politically affiliated or aligned. We aim to give all of the candidates a fair go to allow voters to make an informed choice. We are, however, unashamedly local. That is, we live in Pennant Hills, West Pennant Hills, Thornleigh. We know that this is the best place in Australia to live. We want to keep it that way and make it even better. It is in that context that I introduce Janelle McIntosh, the Pennant Hills Master Plan. We in Pennant Hills understand that some form of development in this area is probably inevitable. However, we'd like it to proceed in a planned, logical, ordered way that takes into account the views of the local community and sustains our local businesses and the local amenity of the area. What's your view?
I couldn't agree more. And the way to achieve that is to start work on a master plan. I think you can point to the example of Hornsby Town Centre Master Plan, where we started work before the state government was demanding we started work. Yeah. We got in there, we got the experts, we undertook studies, we started a dialogue with the community, we started a dialogue with stakeholders, and we started talking to everybody about what they wanted to see. So that by the time the state government was knocking on our door and saying, let's start talking about a priority precinct, we actually had a plan in place. And the state government has taken that and said, yes, let's go from there.
Okay, the second one is Westleigh Sports Facilities. I'm aware that Matt Keane helped council acquire that land from Sydney Water many years ago and has also allocated funding for it to be improved with mountain bike tracks, sports facilities, ovals for various sporting codes. I won't go into all the detail of it. I'm also aware that recent news is that the Minns Labor state government has asked for quite a bit of that funding. I think it's $36 million back. I have seen on Hornsby Council at Hornsby Council meetings that you have been a supporter of the Westleigh development. However, you're also a representative of the Labor Party, and it's the New South Wales Minns Labor government that is trying to claw back those funds. Please tell us where you stand and how you would deal with that issue with the state government.
Absolutely. Firstly, I remain as committed as ever to Westleigh Park redevelopment. For a range of reasons, for the sporting codes that want to be there, for the mountain bikers and others who want to use the site for passive recreation, but also for an emergency egress out of Westleigh, which is really important in an area that's on a ridgeline and subject to isolation in a bushfire situation. I want to make sure that they've got another way out, even if it is for emergency and special event use only. So, as committed as ever. In fact, if anything, it's kind of made me more passionate about achieving it. The money being pulled away is a concern. Of course it is. A disappointment? Of course it is. But the money was given under circumstances that were not normal. It was not a normal grant application. It was a grant application written after the money was already diverted to the area. That is not my opinion. That's the opinion of the New South Wales Auditor General. And so there are issues surrounding that. Council was not ready with this project. It was by no means shovel ready, which is the great term that is described for these projects, meaning they're ready to go. And Council had to then go away and spend time talking to the community, making sure that we got all the boxes ticked in terms of all the studies that were needed to be done for that project. And that took time.
It did take a long time.
And it was during COVID, so it was even more challenging. You were part of it, many others were as well. What we've got to do, though, is to have a plan B. I mean, it's not just one source of funds. There are other sources of state and federal funds for projects like this. And if this money ultimately is taken away, and that's still under discussion, then we've got to find another way to get it.
So proceed, but find the money somewhere else.
Proceed, but find the money somewhere else, because it's important.
Okay, last question. You've been a Hornsby councillor for, I think it's 3 terms now, and now you're applying to again be a Hornsby councillor and stepping up to the role as a candidate for mayor. What would you like your legacy to be after this next term in council, as in the role of mayor?
I would like my legacy to be a community that is more engaged with our council, a community that can be proud of what our council is delivering for our area. People are not looking for more of the same. They're looking for a new voice to lead them. They are looking for new ways of engaging with council. And the first things I'll be doing is looking for opportunities to get the community into council, throwing open the doors and making sure that both businesses, residents, community organisations, sporting organisations, cultural organisations have the opportunity to participate in council decision making. In my view, the best decisions that council have made over the years are ones where the community's been at the table. And if we can do that across all areas of council business, then we'll have really an area to be proud of and hopefully a council to be proud of. Hornsby wants real change, and I want to be the candidate, the mayoral candidate, to lead that change.